Brandon Aiyuk was suddenly a better player than Deebo Samuel, but he had been posting the better receiving lines for basically an entire month. Until last night, Deebo finally got him. Deebo also finally scored on the ground for the first time since week 1. We'll just kind of segue this into some rankings talk then. I mean, is it still Deebo set and forget ahead of Aiyuk in the rank? I had Aiyuk ahead of Deebo, I think 1 spot in week 11, but talk about someone I don't know how to rank. I don't know how to rank Deebo versus Aiyuk.
Were you not right about that? Because we got Aiyuk multiple touchdowns, did we?
He did get multiple tutties.
Yeah, he had the 2 touchdowns, but 2 catches for 20. And Deebo,
your ranking was right though. There you go. That's a little consolation.
Results over process.
Yeah, exactly.
Results are the results.
Hey, Lawrence, where are we at here?
I feel like now that, and it kind of worked with Christian. We kind of seen it with Christian McCaffrey too, because before this game, we was like, oh man, well, how much is Elijah Mitchell gonna start eating into these touches? Is Brandon Aiyuk becoming the wide receiver 1? Well, both of those kind of got dismissed in this Mexico game, and now we know Deebo 9 targets, 7 receptions, 57. So they were making it a point to say like, hey, Deebo is that guy. They were making it a point to say Christian McCaffrey is our guy. Those are the 2 guys right here. Like that was clear as day. Like from the first series until they was blowing them out and playing Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might look at the box score and some people that didn't see the game and see that Eli out carried Christian McCaffrey, but that was pure game script, pure game flow.
Yeah. Don't be like in week 10, it was more true. Elijah Mitchell didn't get in he wasn't in till midway through the second quarter. He didn't even get in the game.
Yeah.
So, and they were feeding Christian McCaffrey through the receiving game, motioning him out, putting him out there, receiver. Pretty much him and Deebo look like they got the same roles sometimes. Both will line up in the backfield. Both will motion out to the slot, out wide. They could use them anywhere. That's what puts the stress on the defense. So in seeing that and just seeing how they use the players, I definitely feel comfortable putting Deebo back ahead of Aiyuk with flying colors inside the top 10 every single week. Well, that we have to keep watching. But this type of usage is that top 10 Deebo player that we seen from last year.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, I think I agree. It's outside. It's in like more like the wide receiver 12 to 20 range. And
yeah.
I mean, what are you doing this week? Are you ranking Deebo or Brandon Aiyuk higher against the Saints?
I mean, I'm obviously ranking Deebo higher. I mean, last week we saw, it was very clear, not only is he, I don't want to say better, right, but more capable of drawing targets than Brandon Aiyuk, which is sort of a proxy for saying better. Not that Brandon Aiyuk isn't good, but Deebo has shown an ability to be an elite wide receiver 1, and he showed it last week with a 31% target share. The team, frankly, didn't even make an effort to push the ball down the field. We saw Jawan Jennings somehow lead them in air yards just on 2 targets. I think as they continue to push the ball farther downfield, that will only help Deebo, as he won't be playing essentially kind of like Lawrence said, like the wide receiver flip coin of Christian McCaffrey's type of role. I think they will actually use him, not necessarily downfield, but more as that chain mover, almost like a Keenan Allen style, who can pick up even more yak than Keenan Allen. So I don't really have any sort of pushback on the fact that Deebo is the wide receiver 1. In fact, I'll probably rank him, I don't know, probably close to that 12 range. Like I'm kind of a big Deebo supporter. I actually do just think he's like truly capable of being a team's wide receiver 1, being incredibly efficient in that role. And he's also like, everyone's like, he can't keep running for touchdowns, and just keeps running for touchdowns.
Well, he hadn't since week 1, I will say. And
I don't think he had a ton of carries over.
He had with Deebo. It's been frustrating because he's one of those kind of players where you have to pay like a special player tax, basically, where like the floor is not as high as you would like, but we know that any given week he has a ceiling capable of winning a matchup on his own. And it's why, like, ideally he's the kind of player who would just be getting enough work where he's a set and forget top 5 wide receiver 1, because I think he is that good. I really do think he's like that good of a player, but the floor just hasn't been that high this year. And I think, I'm keeping him more on like the wide receiver 1-2 board. I actually have him on the wide receiver 15 right now. I need to get him ahead of Chris Olave, though. I had him behind Chris Olave. But then it's like Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle. I need to probably get him ahead of Terry McLaurin. It's a weird.
Terry McLaurin, Atlanta Falcons this week.
I know. And it, like, having all 32 teams back is really making things complicated in the rankings.
Oh, we don't have any buys this week?
No buys this week, huh? I'm really sorry about that.
Gotta work extra hard.
I did exactly. I'm working 4 games this week.
Well, don't worry. One of them's on Thanksgiving, so Sunday won't be as bad because you get a game on Thanksgiving. Lawrence, by the way, we're going to talk. You don't have to work Thanksgiving.
That just means I'm gonna eat more, I guess. Is that how that goes?
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, okay, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.